Hey witches, this is Willow Moonlight, and today I have a spell for you. This is a spell that I got from a book that I had years ago, but it fell apart. I actually think I had that book before I even thought about practicing witchcraft. I don't know. I got it at Chapters. If anyone knows what this book is, it was one of those really tiny books that they had near the front of the cash register. It kind of had a maroon colored cover, velvety texture. It was really little. It was, about the size of the palm of my hand, and it had gold writing on it. Not sure what it was called. If anybody knows, let me know, because I would like to have that book back, because I have a couple spells in my Book of Shadows to share with you. And so this particular spell is called Steeped in Wisdom, Cups of Comfort. Now, the reason why I want to share this spell with you is, I would say almost a year ago, I graduated from community college, and I had to write a big exam on everything that I had learned over the course of my program. So it was very stressful. So I have a series of spells that I would like to share with you that helped me pass my exam in a spiritual sense. Obviously, there is a way to study for the exam that I was writing, and my instructor was very helpful with telling us how to study and what to study. This is just the spiritual part of it. So if you are looking for some wisdom, some comfort, this spell is for you. So I know you can't see, but I have my incense going inside this box tower type thing. So I'm just going to do a quick demonstration of the spell. Obviously, if I were doing the spell, I would probably sit here for a couple minutes and just do some grounding. I always have selenite to help take the negativity away from me. And of course, I have everything on my altar that I would like to have on it. And I would, again, ground. And then, of course, I would call the 4 quarters, and I have a quick way that I do that. I'm not really one to say all kinds of words to call the quarters. And then after that, I would call on to the god and the goddess. So I have these candles. I'll just show you. I don't think you can quite see. After your circle's casted, I would call them in, and I would just do that. There. A little tip, maybe for some of us who are younger witches, and maybe you never grew up with dinner candles. These are called dinner candles, the long skinny ones. Obviously they're easy to knock over, so you have to be careful. So maybe when you were a kid you never really saw this, but if you want to make sure that your candles don't get all wibbly wobbly and fall out, you can't really see exactly. I'll do a video in the future on witchy hacks, but there is some saran wrap that I wrapped around the candle, and you can just let that candle, it's got quite a ways to burn down until it gets to there, so you'll be safe. So the things that you're going to need, when I first did this spell, I didn't have everything that you see on this table here, but you're going to want something to mix your herbs in. I have this cast iron teapot here with my tea strainer, and I put it underneath this whatever you want to call it, pot holder or whatever. Can't think of the word. You can also use a cauldron for this. You can use a bowl. You can use I am going to use this cup, but you could just get a cup that has something like that in it for your herbs. I just want to do it this way. That's fine. You can alter this to your own liking and according to what you have. When I did this for the first time last year, I just used my cauldron and I put a dish towel underneath. Like, that's totally fine. So for your herbs, I'm just going to use tea bags. I actually don't have everything that I need, but that's okay. I'm going to, first of all, you will need a piece of ginger root. I am all out of ginger root, unfortunately, so I'm just using this ginger peach tea that I have on hand. Sometimes if you can't afford, or you're all out of something, or you don't have time to go run out to a store, or you need something really fast, it's okay to use something like ginger peach tea, or a ginger powder, whatever you have that you can use, or just give it a try and see how it goes. So there is the ginger peach tea. We're also going to need some chamomile. Again, I have a tea bag, and I also have some peppermint tea. So I love this brand, Traditional Medicinals. It's easy for me to find in the grocery store, and the tea is really good. I find that ever since I've been using this tea a couple of years ago, I really can't drink other other kinds of tea. I don't know. It's just such a good quality to me. So there is that. Also, you can put on a hot, I can't talk now. You can put on a pot of black tea. Now that I live on my own and not with my parents, I just don't have any black tea. I only really drink herbal tea, like these kinds. I just don't have any black tea. But if you do have some, then you will definitely want to make some up for this spell. So the first thing that I'm going to do is open up my tea bags, just like this. Grab a pair of scissors if you're using tea bags, and you just want to dump it into some kind of container. You could even use the cup that you're going to use. I'm just going to put my waste to the side. You could cut this beforehand if you wanted to and not have a waste at your altar, but for me, I just wanted to show you that a good way to use herbs is just by opening up tea bags. It's very affordable instead of, ordering herbs online or something, although you could if you wanted to. I wouldn't discourage anybody from that. So now that you have your herbs in your dish, you can just have some time here to sit and to pray and to meditate on whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish and need some kind of wisdom in. Maybe you're going to, court and you need some kind of spiritual advice. Maybe you're trying to, like me, study for an exam, a big exam, one that can make or break you. Or maybe you are, just in some kind of a crossroads in your life. Anything that's can be a potential change, something that you're trying to do that can make or break you. This is a good spell. So I'm just going to swirl my herbs around. You can use your finger too if you want. And because we're trying to gain something, you want to stir, of course, clockwise. You could use a spoon, but I prefer to use my hands because I like to envision the energy coming from my heart through my arms and coming out through my fingertips. So you just want to give that all a really good stir. Again, keep thinking about what it is that you're trying to manifest, even a new job or anything. Maybe you encounter bullies at work and you need some kind of spiritual advice, or some big project is coming up. Anything. So once you feel like your herbs are good and mixed, you are going to put them inside of your tea strainer. Now, if you don't have a tea strainer, that's fine. You can just put it in a cup. You can use cheesecloth or whatever. You can, if you don't mind it being kind of gritty, the texture, then you can just drink it straight and kind of just leave the herbs at the bottom. I just have a container here of hot water. It's a travel mug that I use. So I'm just going to pour the hot water just into the teapot. All right, it's not completely full, but that's all that my travel mug fits. And I'll write the words in the description that you want to say, but it's, "This day I pray for calm, for health, and the wisdom to see beauty of each waking moment. Blessings abound, so mote it be." So you want to say that a couple of times, or add any additional prayers to the god and goddess, or however you do your practice. And you want to let this tea steep for a little while. Now, because I'm not doing the spell in real time, real life, I'm just doing the example. I'll just show you here. Of course, I always make a mess. You want to pour your tea. Don't mind the water there. And what you're going to do is, when it's cool enough and steeped enough, pour it into your cup. And when you drink this tea, everything, all of those intentions that you put in this tea are going to be consumed by you. So you will drink all of the tea when it's cool enough, and hopefully later when you reflect or pray, the answers will be a lot clearer to you. A lot of the times we are stressed about the things that are going on in our lives that can make or break us. So this cup of tea is here to bring comfort to you and to help you. And so, of course, when you are done, if you can drink this tea also, for future use if you like. But I like to just drink it at the altar. You can finish up any prayers or meditations that you have to do, and then you can thank the god and the goddess for showing up, attending, and, give our thanks, and then we can just snuff out our candles. I never blow out my candles. So at this point, you would want to uncast your circle, and you will be back into the real world, and you can finish any tea. So I hope this helps you. If you give this a try, maybe if you can remember, let me know how it goes. I'm giving you a spell from my Book of Shadows because obviously somebody had published the spell before and had, given it to us for, us to use and to benefit from. And to show my gratitude, I wanted to share it with you. My life has been so much better ever since I, finished school and got to move back to a place where I wanted to be. It's a good time. This is just my time of gratitude. And as to show my gratitude in my own spiritual journey at the moment, I wanted to share this with you, and hopefully in the future a couple other spells. So thanks for watching.